Good afternoon. We'd like to welcome everyone to the Thursday, January 7th, 2021 meeting of the Greene County Commissioners for our regular and reorganizational meeting. Roll call, please.
Mr. Gould?
Here.
Mr. Kugler?
Here.
Mr. Perales?
Here.
If you'd all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the minutes for December 29th, 2020.
President, if there's no questions, comments, I move that we approve the minutes as submitted.
I'll second that, since...
Okay.
Call, vote please. Got to get in the swing of things. This is new.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Abstain.
And I will, go ahead, I'll let you read.
Next item, approval of the work session minutes for December 29th,
You
2030.
got to move it along. If there's no further questions or comments, I move that we approve the work session minutes as submitted.
I'll second that also. Vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Abstain.
All right. Anybody for public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. First item, approvals of travel and training.
You have one webinar and then some routine for the year.
Could we have a motion, please? There's no questions? Rick?
Move approval.
Second.
Vote please. Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Transfer appropriations.
Just one to pay a Verizon bill.
This is going to be an all-time
I was
short.
going to say, I don't remember ever
Say-
seeing
say-
that.
What did you
Christmas.
say,
Shortest
Brandon?
list
What did you
is-
say?
Just one to pay a Verizon bill.
Horizon, okay.
No further questions or comments, I move for we approve the transfer of appropriations as submitted.
Second.
Vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Personnel actions.
Unfortunately, 2 resignations, but fortunately, 1 promotion. So
Good.
Move approval.
Second the motion.
Vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Resolution honoring James Voskuhl.
Jim Voskuhl is the second Voskuhl we've lost juvenile court in the last couple of
I
years.
thought when I saw this.
Yeah, his brother Bill retired a couple of years ago, so now Jim's retiring after almost 32 years of dedicated service. He was hired as a detention counselor in 1989. He was promoted to supervisor in 1994, deputy superintendent in 2000, and detention director in 2011. That's the position from which he retired. Jim's been a great influence on the youth at Greene County as well as the staff in the detention center. And personally, it's been a pleasure to work with him through the budgetary process and any kind of issues we've had at juvenile. So we'll miss Jim, and this resolution extends your appreciation for a job well done and wishes him the best in his retirement.
Comments? If not, I move to approve this resolution for Jim's outstanding job, and we wish him very best in his retirement.
Second.
Vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Next item is declaring personal property excess.
So we had Commissioner Glazer, who recently retired, would like to purchase the iPad that the county purchased in 2013 that was assigned to him. According to data processing, it has a residual value of about $85. So this resolution allows us to sell that iPad at private sale without advertisement to Commissioner Glazer for $85.
So moved.
Second the motion.
That's substantially higher than I expected.
Me too. I actually thought it was worth about $50 myself.
Yep, so, all right, vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Journalizing the oath for the clerk of courts.
As required by law, we have to, each elected official must have their oath of office journalized by the board.
Move to journalize the oath of office for Andrew J. Williams, Clerk of Courts.
Second.
Vote please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Authorization for participation in a rescue center contest.
And we have a unique opportunity to apply or to enter a contest, the Helen Woodward Animal Center Home for the Holidays Rescue Center Contest. Basically, we write a narrative of the most innovative ways that we rehomed animals or got animals adopted during the holidays. So we'd like authorization to enter that contest. There is no fee involved.
When is that contest?
I think the applications have to be in by the end of this month.
And the winning entry is January 29th.
Yeah, okay. Move for approval?
Second the motion.
Vote, please. Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Approving renewal agreement with Romano.
It's an annual request from the Sheriff's Office to enter into a contract with Dr. Romano to provide medical services to the inmates at both the downtown jail and the ADC. It's been a great relationship, and we appreciate Dr. Romano's service. So this year's agreement is for not to exceed $55,000.
How many years has he been doing this? He's
No,
been on the 8 years I've been here.
We talked about that a couple years ago when we were renewing, and it was a very, very long time, a couple decades maybe.
No further questions. I move to approve renewal of the agreement for services contract between Romano Medical Services and the Board of County Commissioners, Greene County, Ohio.
I second that with a comment that I'd like to get him here sometime for us to thank him. He was here when I was here the first time, so it's at least 16 years. So second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Declaring an emergency.
So you may remember in October of this year, we had a lightning strike at Greenwood Manor, and it basically fried the generator, the 1974 model generator that we have at Greenwood Manor. So the insurance company submitted a check for about $69,000, a little over $69,000, so we could replace that generator. We solicited 3 bids. We'd like to go with the bids from Cummins for $64,923.52, considerably less than the check we received. However, normally, we would have to do competitive bid for this. If you see your way clear to pass this resolution today unanimously, it requires a unanimous vote, we can forego the competitive bid by declaring this an emergency and proceed via quote, because it's under $100,000 and it is truly an emergency.
Say again the impact. I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
The impact. What's happening? Lightning strike. I got it.
Right.
What's happening? What are they not able to do?
They're able to do everything. It's our backup generator.
Backup. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
It could be serious.
yeah. Move for approval.
Second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Election of president.
You guys can handle that one.
I'd like to move that we nominate Commissioner Dick Gould for president for this coming year for 2020 of the commission, 2021.
Second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Election of vice president.
I move that we submit Commissioner Tom Kugler for the position of vice president for the year 2021.
Second. Oh, vote, please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Setting meetings and times for 2021.
So we've had no issues with meeting on Thursdays at 1 o'clock, so we propose to continue that schedule for their 2021. If there is a scheduling conflict on any week, we will meet on Tuesday of that week at 9 a.m. We'll have no meetings the day after a holiday, so that'll shift our meeting that week to Tuesdays. 4 holidays in 2021 that we know of already will move that date for 2 in November and 2 in December. And as is our custom, work sessions will follow our regularly scheduled meetings. There'll always be one scheduled, and either myself or the Assistant County Administrator will notify you and the public at the end of the meeting if it is being canceled for lack of agenda items.
No further comments. I move that the Greene County Board of Commissioners approve the meeting schedule as submitted.
Second.
Vote, please. Aye.
Mr. Kugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perales?
Aye.
Public hearings.
We'd like to set the first Tuesday of each month at 6:30 PM or the regularly scheduled board meeting for public hearings.
Move for approval?
Second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perralez.
Aye.
Appointments to boards and committees.
Oh, we have a long list here, and if you just indulge me, I'll read what I think we've all agreed from talking to you individually about the ones that everybody wants to take, and then you could just move them in a slate if you like. So we have Commissioner Gould on the Emergency Management Advisory Committee, the Data Processing Board, Local Corrections Planning Board, Workforce Policy Board, the alternate to the Dayton Development Coalition, the CCAO alternate representative. We have Mr. Kugler on the RPCC, Regional Planning, MVRPC, and the Solid Waste Policy Committee. We have Commissioner Perralez on the Microfilming Board, MVRPC alternate, the DDC rep, the McGlurk rep, and the CCAO voting representative. And myself representing the board as the alternate to both the data processing and the microfilming board, the Board of Revision, unless somebody raises their hand, the MVRPC Technical Advisory Committee and the Family and Children First Council, and Ms. Lisa Hale as the MVRPC Technical Advisory Committee alternate.
I move that we approve the board memberships or the board, whatever I'm trying to say. here.
Appointments.
Appointments, thank you, as submitted.
Second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould,
Aye.
Mr. Kugler,
Aye.
Mr. Perralez.
Aye.
And last but not least, recognizing Green Cats Public Transit's 20th anniversary.
So you have a resolution before you, but you also have Mr. Woody Stroud and Mr. Ken Collier here, if you'd like to hear from them or speak to them, or you can just consider the resolution of, wow, 20 years. And I know Commissioner Kugler at least has been involved in that. You were on that board, correct, at one point?
I was trying to think, Woody, are you Ken, want to say a few words? Walking up, I was trying to think, I believe I was on it 2002 to 2004. Yeah, 2002, 2004. Then I left for a couple of years and I took a consulting job in Arizona. And then I came back and I think I was on it from 2006 until 2012 when I was elected commissioner. I had to resign from that. So, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good people over there, and I was a little hard on it first because I said, hey, we need to run this like a company here. And I tell you what, everybody there just stepped up, and it's a great organization. You do a great job. So,
Appreciate that, yes, so I was on one of the early board members, and the revision was back technically all the way to 1998 when we formed
Right.
just a coalition and started getting things ready, and then it was January 2000 that we started active service on the streets. It's been 20 years, so. And it's because of good people like Tom. Rick's been involved through the commission and through the state. It's been a big help this last year, particularly in helping us get some additional funding for our service. And Dick's been a supporter and was really not involved this last couple of years where we got him on with buses and so forth. So, and then the commissioners themselves had the original, provide the original grant to do the study to get the service up and going from the very beginning. And then, of course, we've been honored and privileged to have designated us to receive the federal dollars that come to help us operate our system, and then help us to take that along with the collaboration with GFS and DD and other nonprofits in this community that make the service run and grow. So it's really a tribute to everybody that's been involved in making this really good service for the community.
Ken, you know, one of the things that makes a good organization is good leadership and a good board. And I know Woody has been there forever and a great leader. And one of the things that I can attest to personally is that organization's always had a good board of directors. that were involved, participated, and committed to making that organization work efficiently. And everybody there that's been involved, that whole board should be very proud of what they've accomplished. And I know I am certainly was proud to be part of that. So thank you for all you've
It's always
done.
been a very active board, very involved board. Well, you can see today we have our chairman, Lee Scott, here. We also have Wendy Dyer here, who's one of our board members as well. So very, very interested in all the aspects of the county. So it's just good to have people like that
Yep.
as part of our service.
Absolutely.
President, if I may,
Pardon?
if I may,
No, absolutely.
I don't know our protocol. I have to
We're
ask
pretty
the Speaker
informal,
of the
we're pretty,
House. Can I speak?
yeah, we're pretty
Speaker.
informal at this
Okay.
point, yeah.
So yeah, Tom said all the great words. I'd like to just add one more. Your work for the veterans, and when we have that veterans forum annually, you guys help veterans get there at no cost. Real community partners, and it's greatly appreciated. I look forward to getting back here and working with you guys again. Good people, like Tom said, a great board.
That's great. Throughout our time, we've always helped the veteran services, the veterans too, moving those who need the accessible vehicles because they don't have one. We're actually entering into a contract with them now for
Right.
particular service. So, those are the kind of collaborative work that we try to do all the time with the other organizations in the county that make this serve people on our way. So, it's really an honor to be part of this organization. I was actually on the founding board, and on a volunteer basis, through my senior work in my previous life, and then became director about 8 years ago. So it's been a good run for us and for the services we do.
So the question I have, do you play Santa Claus like Richard used to do? He- he- He was a natural, man, with that white beard he had. Good.
No.
Our first director, he was
Yeah.
excellent, getting us going, getting us up and running.
And I just want to congratulate you and actually spending the time seeing how you operate and understanding what the Green Cats means to Greene County and the workforce and those kind of things. That was actually an eye-opener. Early on, actually it was before I was commissioner, but I didn't realize how important it is for the workforce aspect of it. That was really surprising to me. Shouldn't have been, but it's one of those things that's in plain sight. Then when somebody points it out, you say, "Wow!" And
We had an inquiry just yesterday from someone who was looking to do some business on Commerce Boulevard over in Fairmont. And they were asking about transportation for their employees and explaining having flex truck going around along there that could help them with different things, so. And that is a challenge. The workforce piece is the biggest challenge we have, that we allow. We have services available for it. And tomorrow, you want to ride the flex route anywhere in Greene County, it's a free ride. We're to celebrate our anniversary. Family Youth Initiatives has provided, is paying the fares for everybody tomorrow, so we can, they're partnering with us to celebrate our anniversary. And so, if I take a ride at flex route, just go to the one at Time Board, so along the way, so I can bust down, take a ride.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'd like to go ahead and read this whole resolution, given I think the significance of it. Green Cats 20th anniversary. Whereas on January 8th, 2021, the Greene County Transit Board, Green Cats, will mark its 20th anniversary of providing public transit services for Greene County residents. And whereas the mission of Green Cats is to provide safe, reliable, and accessible public transit services for the residents of Greene County. And whereas Green Cats is diligent in trying to meet the needs of the county's transportation disadvantaged population and coordinates with social services agencies, businesses, and local, state, and federal decision makers to meet those needs. And whereas in 2001, Green Cats began operations as a rural public transit service, and in early 2004 began operations as an urban public transit service. And whereas Green Cats provides essential transportation to medical facilities, human service agencies, workplaces, including the personnel employed at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, educational institutions, and retail shopping centers. And whereas Green Cats also provides transportation by contract to Medicaid-eligible individuals and senior citizens for medical appointments, and for those who are developmentally and/or intellectually disabled so they can work in their communities. Individuals attending mental health and substance abuse programs, and new for 2021, Greene County veterans who require accessible vehicles to the Dayton VA Medical Center. And whereas Green Cats offers flex routes that circulate and connect the Greene County communities of Beaver Creek, Fairborn, Xenia, and Yellow Springs. Scheduled rides throughout Greene County with limited service into the neighboring counties and mobility management that helps the public navigate their mobility options and advocates for solutions to transportation challenges. Now therefore it be resolved that the Greene County Board of County Commissioners hereby recognizes Green Cats Public Transit on its 20th anniversary and expresses great appreciation for the transportation services provided to the residents of Greene County. Congratulations. And gentlemen, that will be my motion.
So, second.
Vote, please.
Mr. Gould?
Aye.
Mr. Fugler?
Aye.
Mr. Perrell?
Aye.
And Ken, before you go up, I'll
Vote on.
present this to you real quick.
We would get together for a picture, but
Not quite yet.
Lisa won't let us hug.
These are wrong.
We're not having a big event,
No, not after we passed it.
people together, we're
No,
just doing
there's no
Good,
president.
good.
There's a president.
a celebration.
Oh,
And Wendy, thank you for your time.
There's got to be a president. Wendy's I'm a fan of hers.
Thank you.
What?
Maybe I'm wrong.
What happened?
I think you're right.
If you're talking about the signature.
Titles?
page, that will take effect at the next meeting.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen
No.
right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but
No.
there's a vice president, but no president. So if it's old, it's old. If it's new, it's new. But it can't
old.
be.
He's
Yes.
still vice.
I know, but
Today
it
I'm
doesn't
vice
show you
president.
as president on that. That's what I'm
You're
saying.
good, Ken.
I
Thank you.
wasn't.
You're all good.
Who was?
Bob was.
Oh, okay.
Bob was.
Makes sense. Okay, got it. Lisa, you're right again. Damn.
Well, she's been around
There's a
forever.
reason you're down there.
You're pretty funny.
All righty.
All right. Any other comments?
I-
Rick, I was gonna say, let's
ahead.
let Rick go since he's our new guy.
So, yeah, it's deja vu all over again. I just take this all in. I see Woody back here, and the ladies, Lisa and Vicky, have been very accommodating. Thank you for helping me get settled in. I had a lot of stuff to move in. That office at the State House, just a little bit bigger. But I am so eager to get back in my community and take what I've learned in Columbus and the contacts and bring it back to these outstanding commissioners here and just continue the trend with Brandon of making Greene County the go-to place. People look at this and say, that's where I want to be. And I want to keep that going. So I want to do my part, and I'm eager to work with all of you. Thank you.
Rick, we're all tickled to have you because obviously I tell people it's like a three-legged stool. Each one of us brings something to the table to stabilize that stool and make it strong for Greene County. And certainly your experience and that you bring from the state is going to be very helpful going forward as we continue to, as you say, make Greene County a better place. You have any other? I got one more comment if you don't think.
Well, just on the Rick front, I just want to welcome Rick also, and I look forward to working with him. Like you said, I think we can do a lot of great things, and I think both the knowledge that you bring from the state house, that goes without saying, but I think the institutional knowledge from when you were here before, sometimes it's good to remember things that, that's one of the things that you lose with term limits.
Yep.
Is the institutional knowledge, and the people in the offices tend to be the that knowledge. So I welcome you, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be great.
Thank you.
I want to bring up the COVID. I don't know if you guys looked at it from last week to this week. The Xenia went up +6. Fairborn they went up. Didn't they go up here? Yeah, they went up, but on all these it went up. One of them went down, but they only went up a little bit, and they're still lower than what they were 2 weeks ago. So the trend is coming down. As far as that, we went from 1,266 cases 2 weeks ago to last week, or maybe it'd be 3 weeks ago, and then last week was 1,015, or 2 weeks ago was 1,015, and last week was 1,080. So it went up a little bit, but not anything where it was 3 weeks ago. So that's, hopefully we're on the right track
And
here.
remember now, we don't have the Christmas numbers in there.
I know.
And they're
Well, coming.
anticipating it, so let's see what happens there. I'm with you. I'm hoping we keep
We'll
that
just
trend.
Keep it going.
Roger that.
So, I think I had, let's see. Oh, I did want to mention, I don't know if you gentlemen have heard it or not, the Bath Township signed their contract with Fairborn. And
I did, yep.
And
About time.
it is really a good contract. Steve called me yesterday, and he was indicating that they're going to pay less 20 years from now than what they're paying right now. So it's really good. It's a win-win. Everybody's happy, and so that's glad to see that bridge be built again. for
You know, I was
sure.
gonna say, it's always good when people talk.
That's it. That's it. It took a while to get them all together, but and then when they did, I know a couple meetings I had with them, it was everybody's pointing fingers like this, so they got over that, and that's good. I know you got stuff for the work session. That's all I have for the.
Oh, the only thing I'd like to say is just a comment on yesterday's events at the Capitol. While I think there's a lot of people, I can understand their anger and their frustration. What happened at the Capitol was reprehensible, and I think those that breached the building and the like should face prosecution.
Yeah,
It's a very stressful time. I'm listening a little bit to it today, and there were agitators in the crowd that sparked some people up, and other ones, used it as an opportunity for wrongdoing. But I think we need to denounce that on itself. I denounced the violence in the spring and summer, and I continue to, violence in any form is wrong. But I do 100% approve of the right to demonstrate and the like. So that's what I've got to say.
Right with you.
So,
All right, we will have a brief work session after a short break.
right, we are.
Sandy, just get here. We can get far enough apart. You're
Yeah.
in the middle, Dick. You're the president.
this is you.
Yeah, you get to sign this and everything. So.
Oh, this is new.
Oh,
We didn't have this when I was
Tom, I
here.
think, brought that.
Good for
I
you.
started this. We sign it.
Good for you.
Yeah, so you hang on to it, and we'll just kind of look out here. And
Just smile at the camera.
Here we go.
Yeah. Smile.
I like that. That was good. Okay. I'll put that back on.
That's pretty good. Who started it?
I did.
Hey, so you got Alan, Tom? Very cool.
Here, sign it. Put the date on the year.
Yeah, you have to think about it.
All right, good deal.
Now, where's that sit?
Well,
It hangs in his office, I
it's
think.
hanging
I
up.
think we ought to hang it.
Well, I
here
used
somewhere.
to,
You can get
but
stuff in there.
Alan said it showed too much aggression.
Alan who?
Alan Anderson,
I
too
know
much
who you
aggression.
I'm saying Alan who?
So we had to
He
pull
has
it.
no say
We had to
anymore.
pull it out, so I would be glad to put it back out.
We ought to post it up here. I think that's
I'd be
cool.
glad to put it back.
Yes.
I want to thank you, commissioners, very much.
Thank you, Woody, for everything you do, period.